Very, very good evening to all of you, respected Sant Maharaj Ji. We're very privileged to have you today. And just when I just realized that he was the 1967 batch, so it is almost 60 years now, almost touching 60 years. And when we just went through the Heritage Center, as Ashwin mentioned, he actually translated himself to a BTech student, and he was so happy seeing the workshop and other things. So we are so blessed to have you today, Maharaj Ji. And as an institute, friends, we have, how many people are visiting the campus for the first time? Oh, wow. Right? And Ashwin said, some of you should join IIT Madras. I pray that all of you should join IIT Madras. Okay. So today we really are in a state, when we look at technology today, the way it's growing, specifically in recent times, where artificial intelligence has taken over many important facets of what we as human was performing. There is now a big need that we develop systems that are ethical, that are responsible and accountable. And when we start looking at the way these systems are architected, I am very sure, I have no doubt, I've been working in the area of computer architecture for more than 2 decades now, that if the engineer who makes the hardware, who designs the hardware, who designs the software, if that engineer does not have honesty, if that engineer does not have the basic ethics, then we are going to create systems that will lead to disaster. There is no engineering way of trying to control this. I don't think any government order can stop this. But only one thing can do this, that is, we need to have the budding engineers of the future to be ethical and honest, and that's the only solution. And that way, this day, 10th of March, marks a very important milestone in the history of IIT Madras, that we are starting a Center for Spirituality, Science and Society. And one thing that we are sure that we will aspire to is to how to calm the human mind, and at the same time develop certain ethical principles that these people who are getting trained out of institutes of higher education in sophisticated technologies actually will never do anything that will be harmful to the society. And that is the most important deliverable that we need to have from higher education institution in, and I am sure this center is a very firm step in that direction. I thank immensely Sant Maharaj Ji for enabling this center today. Friends, we had a 10-minute meditation session, and yes, we all do some prayer every day, but what Maharaj taught us was certain step by step what we start feeling when we are in a noiseless zone. Our ears get cut off. When we are not touching each other, your touch gets cut off. And when you are not eating anything, your tongue gets cut off. When you close your eyes, your contact with the world gets cut off. But finally, your mind must get cut off, and that's where and the moment we close the eyes, then he said, so several thoughts will come into you. So there was stepwise guidance, and then a 10-minute of silence meditation. And I must tell you, I was actually struggling for the last 3 months with one paper with my PhD student on how to position that paper for a journal. And in this 10 minutes, at the end of 10 minutes, I had a brilliant idea. So it is the calming of the human mind, that you take a deep breath, go into yourself, and what Maharaj calls as inner engineering, and that will basically help you come out with very creative ideas and also refine you to be a very accountable, ethical, responsible citizen. I think these are extremely important as the technology grows, and it has its own good and bad, and we have to completely capitalize on the good and completely get rid of the bad, and that is only possible if we have ethical youth. And this center will certainly be of a play a very important role in this journey. So Maharaj, from the institute, I give you full assurance that we will try our maximum best to see that the center is successful, and we deliver certain things, certain very simple methodologies under your guidance that will help youth, children to shape their career in a very Bharatiya way. The Indian culture, the Indian knowledge system. We like to bring all these things together, and let us go for a great Viksit Bharat 2047. I take great pride today that we have amongst us our very distinguished of the distinguished alumnus, Sant Maharaj Ji. I extend a hearty welcome to all of you, and we look forward to your guidance and your great lecture today. Thank you very much.